The start of the season is well and truly underway, and some teams look great and others look subpar. However, the transfer window is still open for another month, so incomings and outgoings may happen until the final day. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today of course we have our weekly installment of the transfer roundup where we take a look at the transfer rumours, transfer links, incomings and outgoings across Scottish football. Before we do get into the video though guys, I'd like to remind you to please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new for more Scottish football content. Let's start with Celtic, and on the first game of the season, Celtic tasted defeat to Hart, and right after the game fans called for the club to buy more players, and that the club did. Celtic this week announced a double signing, one being Joe Hart and the other being James McCarthy. Joe Hart, who has joined from Spurs on a 3-year deal, supposedly cost Celtic £1 million. Hart brings a wealth of experience, having played at the highest level for almost a decade and winning Premier League titles. However, his career took a slight nosedive in 2016 when Pep Guardiola joined Man City and Hart was shipped off to Italy with Torino on loan. Hart wasn't overly impressive at West Ham, Burnley and Spurs either, however is a way better option than what they have at the moment and may prove to be a good signing for Celtic. James McCarthy joins as well after his contract expired and may be a great replacement for Scott Brown in the middle of the park. Like Joe Hart, McCarthy's best days are behind him, but definitely has something to give considering he was playing a lot for Premier League side Crystal Palace last season, and he is also a Celtic fan so will give everything for the jersey. McCarthy has overcome injury at Selhurst Park and when fit he was a huge contributor for Roy Hodgson. Those two are the confirmed signings, but their rumours suggest more are on their way, with Aurelien Buta looking to come in as a right back. Buta, who currently plays for Royal Antwerp in Belgium, could solve one of Celtic's biggest issues at the right back position, and it's also being said that Celtic are in talks with the club and player and a deal could be done very soon. That's all the names I have for Celtic in terms of incomings, but do expect more names as it is being said that Celtic could still sign 5 more players from now and to the end of August. As for outgoings, Olivier Cham left the club at the expiry of his contract last week and is now in the hunt for a new club. Cham was loaned out to Marseille in the second part of last season, however that didn't really work and a move couldn't be conjured up for him. At the start of the window there was a lot of talk of him going to AEK Athens. However, he is now clubless as things stand after leaving Celtic after 4 years at the club. Moving over to the other side of the city, to Rangers, the champions did business pretty early on, bringing in 3 players. However, Gerrard never ruled out the possibility of adding a few more by the end of the window. It is being suggested that Rangers are close to signing a long-time target, that being Juan Alegria. Juan Alegria is a 19-year-old who plays as a forward and is from Colombia. Rangers very much see Alegria as an exciting talent for the future and believe they can develop him here in Scotland. The 19-year-old currently plays in Finland and moved there last year, similar to the path Alfredo Morelos took. Rangers want to complete this deal as soon as possible and definitely before the Brexit rules come into play in January, which make it harder to sign international players. Another player who is heavily linked to Rangers is Gary Cahill. Cahill was a free agent after leaving Palace after a 2-year stay. The 35-year-old who has won the Champions League, 2 Europa Leagues and 2 Premier Leagues could be in high demand to a lot of clubs around Europe this summer. Cahill could come in and add even more depth to Rangers' backline and give the defence a lot more experience when it comes to European football. So far there is nothing concrete to suggest Cahill is on his way to Ibrox, but a lot of sources are carrying the story and linking both the player and the club. On a free transfer, I believe this could be a huge signing, even at the age of 35, but I do think the wage demands could be a bit of a problem. As for outgoings, this morning Rangers announced that Jordan Jones had left the club to join Wigan Athletic. Jones was loaned out to Sunderland for the second half of last season after breaking COVID breaches and impressed in League One, and now today he does return back to League One to play with Wigan Athletic. So there you go guys, that is the transfer roundup from the old firm sides. However, please do stick around as we're going to discuss the incomings, outgoings, transfer rumours and transfer links from the other sides throughout Scotland. Starting at the capital of Hibernian, and there is of course only one place to start. Before Hibs' opening game at the weekend, there was a lot of talk regarding Josh Doig, as he wasn't in the matchday squad, and Jack Ross confirmed that the left back was close to completing a move. However, at the time of recording, there is no confirmed deal on the table as to where he is headed. However, it is Watford that look like the front runners and the most likely to go and sign him. At St Mirren, Jamie McGrath is a wanted man, with Sheffield United looking to get a deal done for the midfielder. Wigan have already had a bid knocked back this window, so it will cost the Championship club around £2 to £3 million if they want his services. Up in the Highlands in Dingwall, Ross County are heavily linked to Arsenal defender Harry Clarke on a season-long move. The 20-year-old spent last season on loan at Oldham Athletic and could be starting for the Staggies in time for Sunday's match against Hibernian. Ross County are also battling English interest to sign Dixon after he left Rangers. Dixon was one of several youth players to leave Ibrox this summer, despite impressing in and around the Rangers' first team environment. The left back spent last month on trial at Burnley, and League One side Gillingham are also keen. However, Ross County are currently favourites to snap up the young fullback, which would be a great signing for Ross County. Now to Tannadice, and Sunderland have entered the race for Jamie Robson. The 23-year-old is a product of the Tannadice Academy system and could be on his way to League One for a six-figure fee, which would be a huge loss for Dundee United this season. So there you go guys, that is the transfer roundup, and as you can see, a pretty quiet week in Scotland. Only Celtic really making moves at the moment. Of course, a lot of teams have done their business early, and a lot of the smaller teams do wait around to the latter stages of the transfer window if they lose players and to see who's available and as to who they can get. A lot of the smaller teams in Scotland like to do loan deals, so yeah, that usually comes more apparent towards the end of the transfer window. But expect more incomings at Celtic Park, as I said, and I think maybe one or two incomings at Rangers as well. But yeah guys, that is it for this week. As I said, a bit of a short one, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Please do smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all next week for a transfer roundup. Take care, peace.